Internet! Welcome to Jaunty Adventures, the show on the internet where we explore the cuter side of gaming every week. Today, we cover a game I really wanted to like. I was excited about this game. It looked so cute. I love a good pixel platformer. I mean, it was only a couple of dollars. My standards weren't going to be that high. I just thought it'd be fun and be cute. It'd be a good way to spend an evening. Cat is a game that should be at least a little bit fun, and it is the most confounding, the most aggravating waste of potential I have ever played. So let's get into it right now. Like the second time I've recorded this review and the second time that I've recorded footage of the game, since somehow my first set of footage got completely wiped from the face of the earth. This meant that I ended up replaying the game and then wanted to re-record the review, because I found out a couple of new things. First, I spent the whole review calling this game incredibly confusing and aggravating and what is going on. But I realized that I'd seen in reviews that there was a cutscene that I'd never seen at the beginning of the game. So I thought, oh, I'll go back, maybe things will make sense, like, that seems fair. And nothing. Not a thing. Maybe a little bit of why there's ghosts, kind of. Neat. Moving right along. This game is so cute, but so unfun. Mostly, this game manages to not feel fun. It's off to a bad start immediately with the mechanics, which are somehow both very floaty and very slow, meaning you end up with this sort of moon-bouncing cat combined with a bunch of really zippy enemies mean you will die unfairly all the time. The game's mechanics feel so awkward that honestly it feels a little bit like you were supposed to have some sort of shooting ability and then that got cut and scrapped for time, because it just doesn't work very well. I got stuck. There would be these enemies, and not only would they not show you that they were coming in time, so that it meant a lot of trial and error, but then the bounce was just so awkward and unpredictable that it was almost impossible to actually kill these enemies or to get around them. And I really think that the hitbox detection was hit or miss, because sometimes I would kill just all the enemies as I came down, and sometimes I would just sort of die unexpectedly. Which, I don't love. You also somehow can climb ladders just by holding A and the cat will fly up through the air. I don't know that this is really a big problem, I just thought it bared including because it really confused me every single time it happened. The other factor that makes this game just insanely frustrating, and I mean impressively frustrating, is that the path towards progression is honestly very obscure. You see, levels quickly turn into these long, labyrinthine levels that honestly had me thinking that I was playing a Metroidvania for quite a long time, even though I think it's supposed to be a linear but slightly maze-like platformer. Like, I started thinking I was going to be gaining powers or something, especially because there's enemies in the lava that you can't go through, so I thought that you'd be going into that, but no, it's just really odd progression. You also pick up gems that don't seem to do anything and are never explained and I haven't had come up. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't finished this game, but if it is explained more than 2 hours into a very simple pixel platformer, it doesn't count anymore, you know? I was utterly and completely lost the entire time I was playing this game. Not only are the levels really long and maze-like, and they feature a lot of dead ends, unexpectedly, but they also really obscure when you're making progress, because you can find these portals, and then it doesn't explain, you know, with like a little pop-up screen or some kind of dialogue box or anything, it never explains where you end up. Are you in a new level? Are you in a new world? Have you been teleported into a different area of the same level? I never could figure it out, and I think it changed sometimes. Since one time I had the background change. Maybe twice? But many times I went through the portal and nothing changed. I'm pretty sure at least one of the other times I got taken back to an earlier point in the same level. Just definitely something that needed a simple black screen that says World 1, Part 2. All it needed, but without it, it is amazingly confusing, honestly. It is confounding. It is so annoying. I actually dreaded going back to this game to get new footage. Adding to that, the fact that the platforming is really confounding and annoying, and then you often end up in dead ends, and you will want to quit this game pretty soon. Despite the, once again, just such a cute cat animation. Ugh, so much potential there. Now, we get to the point. The icing on the confounding cake. You've already got bad mechanics that make you die all the time, and then confusing level design that make you unsure if you've ever made any progress within this game at all. And adding to that sense are the checkpoints. You see, the checkpoints are not a set space on the map. They are not something that you can say, oh, I'm working towards that next checkpoint, let me see if I can find it. They appear completely at random. So you can be halfway through a completely dead end, or even aggravatingly at the very last point in a dead end, and they can just sort of appear. So that means that finding a checkpoint is no guarantee you're making any forward momentum. You can honestly lose progression if you find a checkpoint in the wrong spot, or if a checkpoint appears from somewhere within space and time into the wrong spot. Worse, however, is the fact that it also will do fun things, like appear directly on top of an enemy, so that then when you respawn you immediately die, or respawn right where a rotating saw is, or very noticeably, the end point of my most recent attempt to play this game, it just somehow managed to spawn while I was jumping, so it spawned directly inside of the lava, and well, the game is soft locked. I can never play that file again. I will have to restart this game. I just did that forever. I kinda couldn't stop watching it. So, all in all, this game is so aggravating. I know it looks really cute. I read the bad reviews and still thought it would be fun, but ultimately this game feels like shovelware. It feels like a cash grab on people who will see the cute cat, give them a couple dollars, and then not be able to get their money back. It feels a little bit cacan, like a grift, like you're trying to run off with the money. It could be just that mistakes were made and they compounded. I hate to really assume the worst of the developers, but this game is seriously terrible, and the screenshots make it look a lot better than it is. If you're looking for a cute pixel platformer that features a kitty cat, might I recommend Magicat, or any of the games that I talked about up here. I can't guarantee they're all pixel platformers or that they're all about kitty cats, but I think they will all give you a significantly better time than this game did. Honestly, most games will. I'm gonna leave you with my playlist of recommended indie games, and if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. We cover cute, retro, and indie games, hopefully every week, and I would love to see you again.